Hey, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Before we start, we're at nearly 500 subscribers by the time this video goes out. So thank you to everyone who's supported so far. If you like this video and you're not subscribed, maybe you want to. It would be really good to have you around. Maybe you'll change your mind if you make it to the end of this video, or I can convince you. I don't know, but either way, thank you so much. It's very exciting. Let's get on with the video. It is another bookish one. I thought it would be a very quickish one to do compared to the other ones I have planned. So I thought I'd go through my recent reads and recent purchases. I don't need more books, but I'm going to read them anyway. Did I need them? No. Did I want them? Yes. Jumping into it, I'm going to start with what I've just recently read. And this one, it's also a clue for my January book roundup as well. This did not disappoint. This was so good. If you want something that's based in London, is based on the LGBTQ plus community, romance, just living, it's just great. I don't know what it was about this, but I will go further into that. But just as a roundup, this was a very high star rated book from me. Yeah, really enjoyed this by Liv Little Rosewater. Really good. Really good. And on to my next one. So here's one book done already. I'm nearly done. I was up to the early hours reading this, which is why I'm a bit tired today. It is No Escape by Lucy Clark. Now I think this is the fourth book of hers I've read, and they've all been so good, and this is not disappointing. I saw this advertised on Paramount Plus. I was like, wait, I want to read the book first because I started watching it, and I don't know what it is about Paramount Plus, but I feel some of the things on there, like, I don't know if it's the way it's filmed, it's not great. I don't know, it just feels a bit cringy. I watched The Flatshare. I love the book by Beth O'Leary, and they kind of adapted the TV show, but it worked because I know you have to, when you're adapting books to TV or film, whatever, you have to like make it viewer worthy. But they stuck to some of the storylines. But this, I don't know if I want to watch it after this. I tried to watch The Castaways, which is also based on another Lucy Clark book. I gave up with that, and they changed so much in it. So I don't know if I would want to watch this, but reading it, I think I've got like 70 pages left or something. Yeah, 70 pages left, and it is set in the Philippines. There are six young adults, I think they're young adults, basically going about their lives, having the best time on a yacht called the Blue. This was actually published, this book, as the Blue initially before they rebranded it, and following them on their trip to the Philippines, and then something happens. You're in the sea. They're on a 6-7 day boat trip from A to B, and things happen. I hate the sea, so this is keeping me on the edge of my seat. I cannot stop reading. It's that whole thing, one more chapter, and before you know, I'm like, I think only like 4 chapters away from the end, if that. Yeah, really enjoying this. Really compelling. Quite eerie because you're at sea with strangers, essentially. I won't go too much into that. Yeah, currently reading, currently loving. I might finish this today. That's all we have left. Very good, very good. Now on to my recent purchases. Last night I went to the works because I saw some books that I wanted. Also, I've been feeling really down. My mental health is really bad at the minute, and I'm like dealing with that sad syndrome that a lot of people are. I get it every time, every year, and I forget I'm gonna get it. So stay positive, stay upbeat. The weather's all right today. Is a bit sunny. Yeah, nevertheless, I went to the works yesterday because I saw online they actually have a good array of books in at the minute for a decent price. I got the following ones on the 3 for £6 offer. I've got them books on that offer before from the works, and they've just been like a bit poop, so much that I've bought them and just given them to a charity shop, or I've left them. When I went to Bali, was it last year? Year before? Oh my gosh, we're in 2024, yeah. In 2022, I took some books that I got from the works and I just didn't read them. So yeah, someone else is probably enjoying them. But I got these 3, and 2 of them are by Frida McFadden, and one of them is no surprise. And I was really pleased, should we say, to see it in offer because I'd nearly got it on Kindle. It is The Housemaid's Secret, like I said, by Frida McFadden. I saw the first one everywhere on Amazon. I bought it when I was on holiday in Greece, like in October. I read it on my Kindle, which is just here as well. I have so many that I'm reading on there as well. Advanced reader copies of books that are coming out soon. Very exciting. But yeah, I read The Housemaid, the first one of this, and I read it in I think like 2 or 3 days. It was so good, really gripping. And again, it was that whole thing of like one more chapter. And yeah, it's from Nina's point of view. She's a housemaid, and you think there's a second one. Is she gonna learn what she did from the first book? I don't know, but yeah, do we have a reliable narrator or not, or will it change perspectives? Really interesting. It seems she's with a new employer, the Garricks. So there's the guy called Douglas Garrick, and him and his wife gave him a job cleaning their house. But then it seems she's sure she hears crying. This is from Nina's point of view. Hear crying, and I notice spots of blood around the neck of her white gowns in the laundry. So is Mr. Garrick, I was going to say Gary, Mr. Garrick a bad guy? Is he good? Is this a mixture of events? We'll see. So yeah, and it's like really short chapters, and I think that's what I like about Freedom McFadden. Like even The Housemaid, I've only read that one book, but I got this, the second one, the sequel, and then I got another one of hers. It is Never Lie. This gives me like, I don't know, like horror vibes, horror, paranormal vibes. It's a couple, from what I read. Yes, they've got the house of their dreams. They've moved in, newlyweds, Trisha and Ethan. And then it belonged to this doctor before, and then they stumble upon her doctor's notes from sessions she's had with patients. And then it leads up to the doctor's disappearance. And then it's like, is the house haunted? Is it spooky? Or is it like, did something happen and then it's left this thing that's happened? But yeah, this is the whole thing about getting the books, to try them out, short chapters. And I think it's like almost 300 pages. So that'll be a nice, quick and easy read. Yeah, and I think she actually designs the covers herself because she started on Kindle. She only does these on the side, I think. Like, I think Ali Hazelwood, who's another like big BookTok-y author or Amazon hit, I don't know, she does them in her spare time as well. But yeah, she actually practices, I think it's dealing with people who have psychological issues, and she just does this on the side. And if you look at the reviews and everything, they're very well rated, and she sold, no joke, hundreds of thousands. So she must be doing something right. And she's got a third one of these coming out, so a little trilogy. Yeah, both of these were in the 3 for 6. And the final one was this one, The Serial Killer's Wife by Alice Hunter. It says here it's on Paramount Plus. Again, I started it on Paramount because there were a few people in there that were in the BBC drama The Split, which I really enjoyed, and then the guy Jack Farthing was in Poldark and The Riot Club, which I really enjoyed. And again, I started it, and I think it's just the way they must film or something, but I was like, oh, I don't like the look of this, as in like cringe. And already just looking at the blurb and then the first page, so different to the TV show. Yeah, it follows Beth and Tom Hardcastle. Seems they have the perfect life, perfect marriage, perfect house, perfect family. One day the police come knocking. They say like, oh yeah, your husband is responsible for these killings. Did she know? They're saying he's a monster, and they're saying she knew. So I don't know if it's going to be one of those unreliable narrator books again, or if it's like, I don't know, going from each narrator. It's from first person, a few of them, but I think it flips between both of them. I've not looked too much because I don't want to spoil it for myself. Yeah, I think there's like a trilogy, but I don't think they're related. Yeah, I was really glad to find this in the works because there were so many books. I found those two and I was like, oh, the rest that are in the offer just aren't like hitting it. So yeah, very pleased I found this one, and we'll see if I watch the TV series again. But when I saw it popped up at the start based on the book by Alice Hunter, I was like, I'll read that first. So yeah, here we go. And yeah, they were the 3 in the offer. I also got some other ones. So at the weekend just gone by, I went to Waterstones, and I've looked for this book in most Waterstones bookshops where I can, but I just can't find it unless I get it online. I was like, I don't really need it. I mean, I don't need these books at all. I love reading. I enjoy it. It's a nice break from reality, and then it helps inspire my own writing as well. I've started to realise there's like a theme in some of the books I read. So as well as crime, when it comes to fiction and women's fiction, it's often coming of age, and I love just easygoing. You don't know where someone's life's going to go, and it's like if they could be realistic. And I think the genre is also called Bildungsroman. I don't know if I've botched that. It's basically coming of age, you're following someone's life. Yeah, all the events that come with that. But I got this one. It is Yeon Lee's Must I Go? Now, this one has a few good reviews on it. I have not seen much on it though, and I've seen good reviews, like I said, but also mixed ones. Like this isn't one that's out there for everyone, and it follows 81-year-old Lilia Liska. She's 81, outlived 3 husbands, raised 5 children, and seen the birth of 17 grandchildren. And she's turned her attention to this strange little book, a diary of a long-forgotten man named Roland Booley, with whom she had a fleeting affair. So yeah, I think it's one of those reflective novels, and that's why I love Kazuo Ishiguro. He does this a lot in his novels, so I don't know if this is going to be like it, but just 1, the cover is gorgeous, and 2, I saw someone read it and it just sounded really up my street. It's been on my TBR for a while. I saw it in Waterstones by the beach and I'd not seen it in any other stores. I was like, you're getting in my basket, you're coming with me. And yeah, it follows her version of events, and then secrets come out as well. And then I think it says she returns inexorably to memories of her daughter Lucy. We'll see. I don't know if that's a hint, like, is Lucy alive? Did she pass? I don't know. So yeah, Must I Go considers these questions. How does the past shape the future? How do we live in the face of the unanswerable? It considers these questions underlying an extraordinary life, exploring both the painfully finite nature of human existence and the infinite depths of human beings. What can I say? It sounds really up my street. So yeah, that is one of the 4 new books I have to show you. When I'm filming this, these books literally don't come out until tomorrow, or one of them came out today. I'm not sure, but this week I got this in December. I think it was December or November last year, 2023, in Daunt Books in Marylebone. I'm just trying not to hit the microphone here. In Marylebone in London. And I read this, the hardcover, I think it was March last year, maybe February. Loved it. And I was like, okay, I got it from the library. I was like, I want to annotate this thing to death. But obviously library, you can't really damage it. And I was like, I'll wait to the paperback. And already I've added 1 tab, but because I have so many books on the go, I've just not got around to it as much. But yeah, this is something I want to take my time with and highlight some bits. And I've already got tabs in here. Let me show you. And it's just like things that I relate to, especially when trying to write a novel, and just keep going. Everyone's journey is different. There's never, I think because I'm always in a rush to do stuff. I love writing, I love reading. But yeah, everyone's journey is very different, and this follows Murakami's journey as a novelist, Haruki Murakami. I never know if I can pronounce that right. And yeah, it shares his experience as an internationally best-selling author, thoughts of the role in the novel in the society, his own origins as a writer, and his musings on the sparks of creativity that inspire other writers, artists and musicians. Because art, it's not essential, but for some it is a lifeline. And yeah, we just need more people like him raising awareness for it. Yes, I look forward to reading this again in quite quick succession. I mean, reading it twice within the space of like 12-13 months maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I'll be interested to see how much I remember and how much I like highlight as well. So yeah, really enjoy that. Yeah, I just found it in the like I said, in Daunt Books, and then this one I found in my local Waterstones. I was like, I'm on the hunt for you. Saw the hardback, nearly got it, but I was like, this is just too fat and dense to read. I'll wait for the paperback. I'm glad I did. I found it. It is On the Savage Side by Tiffany McDaniel. Now, you might have heard of her. She wrote Betsy, which I think was one of the like novels of the month for Waterstones, like a few, like over a year ago or something. I didn't get around to reading it. I don't know if I will. We'll see. But this one, it just sounded quite like ethereal and just all absorbing. It follows Arcade and Daffodil, who are twin sisters born 1 minute apart. It sounds very different from anything I would read, but I think it's just the fact, again, it's coming of age. You're following these young girls. No matter how hard they try, they can't escape the past that lingers in the shadows of their rural Ohio town. When local women turn up dead in the river, the sisters must cling even ever tighter to each other as the power riptide of the savage side becomes more difficult to survive. And it actually says this draws on a true story of women killed in Chillicothe in Ohio. And yeah, I quite like true crime in a way, but the fact it's like, I can guess it's like auto-fiction, whereas like kind of based on real events. It is quite chunky, and it's like 429 pages. It is a dense thing, and that was me showing you the size of the font, by the way. Hopefully no spoilers in there. I don't know when I'll get around to reading this amongst all the other ones. They're the 2 I got, 3 so far. And then the 4th one is very different. I got this in Tesco at Christmas on a whim, and I think I got it because it was cheap, but also it sounds really easy to read. This Could Be Everything by Eva Price. It's a coming of age story. You're probably bored of me saying it by now, but it's set in 1990. The Happy Mondays are in the charts. There's a 15-year-old called Kate Moss out and about, and Diana is still married to Prince Charles. And it follows this girl called February Kingdom. She's 19, and family tragedy like knocks her sideways. Then she follows this canary that ends up in her kitchen. It basically follows her chaos of first love, and then what happens when you start looking after something more important than yourself, and of the hope a little yellow bird can bring. Very obscure, unique way of describing a book. Joy, hope, and one extraordinary summer. I don't really know what to say about that. It kind of gives me Dolly Parton vibes. Anyone else get that when they look at it? I don't know if this will be like a 5-star thing, but don't judge a book by its cover. I'll give these kinds of books a chance. Yeah, those are all the books. Oh, here that I discussed. So yeah, quite the array, a lot of darkness there. But yeah, just got that pop of colour from Rosewater and Must I Go. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, hit subscribe if you want. Like I said, nearly at 500. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Hopefully I can get that up on time soon. So yeah, bye.